What happens if you don't get an abortion?
You ever seen Hills Have Eyes? Peace, dude.
What the heck was that? Okay. When we're talking about access, do you think there should be access up until the moment before a woman gives birth?
Absolutely. There's always going to be a circumstance which you and I have always been, to my knowledge, fortunate enough to not have to understand. Fortunate enough to not have to understand. There is always going to be a reason that a pregnant person needs that option.
You know how late-term abortions are performed, right?
There's no such thing as a late-term abortion. That's a propagandist term come up with by forced birthers. That's a propagandist term come up with by forced birthers. Forced birthers.
Okay, so in the third trimester...
In a medical textbook, you will not find the term late-term abortion.
Okay, so let's call it third trimester abortion if it makes you feel more comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, so in a third trimester abortion, you know that they just induce the woman and she still vaginally gives birth to the baby. It's just dead. So what's the difference between giving birth to it alive versus giving birth to it dead?
A dead?
Yeah, like why does it have to be killed?
Let's reframe our language. Not only women can get pregnant, so we're going to use the term pregnant people when we're talking about termination and access.
Wait, you're saying men can get pregnant?
Men can get pregnant.
Reese was born a female but grew up identifying as a male. Once the couple decided they wanted to have a baby, the next step was the easy one.
So I stopped taking my hormones and eventually my cycle came back. About 5 months later, we got the positive pregnancy test.
Non-binary people can get pregnant. There are women with penises. It's a wonderful world we live in.
I am a woman with a penis.
Okay, I don't know what reality you're dealing with right now.
I think we have some fundamental disagreements. I'm happy to talk, but we're going to use my terms for now.
Okay, so men have penises then?
Men have penises, women have penises, intersex people maybe have penises.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Okay, so you're just making up terms to whatever fits your ideological beliefs.
Propagandist term, forced birthers.
Right? Is that what you're doing?
Sure, is that what you're doing?
No, I'm dealing with facts and basis and reality.
Facts based in reality.
Yes.
It's a fact that people need abortion access.
So, if they were to overturn Roe versus Wade,
women would die. Pregnant people would die.
Oh my God! Is that my water? Is it my water? What's coming out? What's coming out? Is that a baby? What do I do? Just do it.
Maternal sepsis rates plummeted after Roe v. Wade.
If a woman is literally the day before her due date, should she be allowed to have an abortion?
The emotional trauma that happens in situations like that doesn't happen in safe, legal, unprotested abortions is not as much of a concern. I am not a pregnant woman. I am not a
How is
pregnant
it
woman's
less
doctor.
emotionally
It's not my
traumatizing?
responsibility to make that choice.
How is it less emotionally traumatizing to give birth to a dead baby than giving birth to a live baby? They could be then adopted out.
Go find a pregnant woman to talk to.
And when most abortions do not happen in the third trimester, and as such, people who are pregnant in a first trimester or a second trimester should not be required to use their body as incubators or gestation crates, and to gestate people against their will.
Good. There you go. We're talking about whether or not they should be legally allowed. Should it be legally allowed to kill someone?
Well, this technology that you speak of, I'm curious because I'm not educated about it.
Look at these pictures of Ellie Schneider, the first 1 year ago today on the left there when she was born, more than 3 months early.
The survival rate for those babies born at 21, 22 weeks is about 6%. But here at St. Luke's, they send about 50% of their premature babies in that range home with their parents.
It just doesn't seem like you guys are educated on the different options available to women.
It doesn't seem like you're listening.
That's exactly what you're saying. Is that's important. You said there are different options available to women, and that's what we're fighting here for today. We are fighting for options. We are fighting for the right to choose between options and for autonomy, meaning that choice is mine and mine to make. That's yours or yours to make. That's anybody here who has to make that choice.
So you think it's your choice whether or not a baby can live or die?
Well, first of all, I don't think that fetuses are babies or zygotes. I don't think that fetuses are babies or zygotes.
What age is it a baby and what age is it not?
Birth.
Really? So
You're also
Till
never
birth.
going to find the term baby in a medical textbook. You're going to hear infant, you're going to hear neonate.
Baby.
I think if we're going to pretend that it's a medical conversation, or
why are you so caught up with terms? Because everyone knows what it is. You're not hiding anything by calling it a fetus. We know what it is. It's a human being. So a term doesn't make
pregnant
someone
people
less
are human beings too.
And you're dehumanizing them by using those terms. That's what you're trying to do.
Okay, not what I'm trying to do, and I'll thank you not to speak for me.
But it is what you're
I don't
doing.
think we're having a productive conversation anymore. I think we're waiting for a point where one of us screws up and says something stupid. Fortunate enough to not have to understand. Men can get pregnant. There are women with penises.
Incubators or gestation crates.
Forced birthers. Which, you know, I'm 19. That very well may happen. What's going to happen now is we're going to walk away. Thank you for talking to us, and I hope you can find it in your heart to allow people the medical care that they so greatly need.
I hope you can find it in your heart to allow babies the access and right to life. Is this what happens when you have your head up your you-know-what?
I think it's really important for people to understand that sex causes abortion.
Duh.
I'm in favor of reducing the need for abortion, so every man should be wearing a condom every time he has sex, unless he and his partner want to make a baby.
Okay, so why are you putting it all on the man, though, with the condom?
Because I can't get a woman pregnant. It's ultimately the man's responsibility.
You sure? Yeah.
It's ultimately the man's responsibility.
I hope I blow out the speaker.
You're not gonna blow out my speaker.
Are you one of those people who thinks that like the New York law is infanticide or something?
New York has been in the spotlight since Governor Cuomo's signing of the state's Reproductive Health Act into law. It removed nearly all restrictions on abortion and permits abortion up until the moment of birth, if necessary, to preserve the health of the mother.
Well, I'm asking you why you think it's okay to, have abortions.
Because I'm from Alabama. See what happens if you don't get one.
What happens if you don't get an abortion?
You ever seen hills have eyes? Peace, dude.
What the heck was that? Okay.
How to get banned from social media in 3, 2, 1. The big tech giants want you to stop spreading the coronavirus. Wait a minute, let me rephrase that. The big tech giants want you to stop spreading unfounded conspiracy theories rejected by the establishment mainstream media. And that means the first casualty of the coronavirus is the truth.
Aren't you interested to know what they don't want you to know? You ought to be.
It is a weapon system.
This is a violation of the Geneva Convention. This is a crime against humanity.
The WHO is up to its eyeballs in biological warfare research.
That's the whole purpose of biological warfare. And they've been caught doing it.
In the latest effort to control the narrative and prevent the outbreak of real, unbiased investigative journalism, the big tech giants are now targeting independent news outlets, or anyone for that matter, who is going against the mainstream and presenting solid evidence that the coronavirus might be a man-made biological weapon developed and manufactured in communist China.
But if you talk about any of this stuff, they'll shut you down on Twitter, on Facebook.
Now get this. Recently, YouTube announced that they were approached by Newsweek, who requested that they delete all the YouTube channels that were just flagged by Newsweek for posting videos about the coronavirus they don't want you to see. YouTube's response? Swift action, of course. They quickly deleted all the video channels flagged by Newsweek magazine as inappropriate, which included the remaining InfoWars proxy channels and the powerful conspiracy empire Natural News. Within hours, Twitter joined in on the purge and slapped down a permanent ban on Zero Hedge for publishing coronavirus conspiracy theories. We'll have none of that.
Twitter has banned the site Zero Hedge from its platform after Zero Hedge published an article that linked a Chinese scientist to the virus outbreak.
Both actions by YouTube and Twitter to delete this information and kill the messenger has been enthusiastically celebrated by the tattletale gatekeepers over at Newsweek. After all, a global pandemic of human origin infecting tens of thousands of people accompanied by a massive government cover-up, that's not a news story. In fact, according to Big Tech, that's Nunya.